morning, this is Bob Mason from FX Empire and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin and Ripple's XRP. We're looking at the MACDs, the moving averages and the day support, resistance and pivot levels. It is Monday the 30th of November. Jumping straight into Bitcoin against the US dollar, bullish start to the day. Going to need to Bitcoin avoid the pivot at 18,032 to take a run at the first major resistance level, sitting at 18,508. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Bitcoin to break back through to 18,500 levels, however. Plenty of resistance sitting there. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of breakout, could see Bitcoin test resistance at 19,000 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 18,820. A fall through the pivot will bring the first major support level sitting at 17,720 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Bitcoin should stay clear of sub 17,500 levels. Second major support level sits at 17,244. Looking at the MACD, got a narrowing of the bearish histograms and a possible bullish cross formation there, supporting the early upside. Key, however, is on the EMAs with the bullish crossover there, the 50 crossing through the 200, suggestive of another imminent breakout. So key through the early part of the day, avoid sub 18s, break through to 18,500 to bring 19,000 levels into play. Moving across to Ethereum against the US dollar, it's particularly bullish start to the morning. Going to need to see Ethereum avoid a fallback through the morning low 576.9 to the pivot at 561.77 to support a breakout from the first major resistance level, sitting at 590.43. Support from the broader market is going to be needed for Ethereum to avoid a fall back through to sub 580s. So barring an extended crypto rally on the day, expect this first major resistance level and resistance at 600 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended breakout, should see Ethereum test resistance at 610 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 608.32. A fallback through the morning low and through the pivot at 561.77 would bring the first major support level at 545.99 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ethereum should stay well clear of the second major support level, sitting at 512.22. Looking at the MACD's got a marked widening of the bullish histogram supporting this morning upside, and we're also seeing the 50 MA pull away from the 100 and the 200 after yesterday's bullish crosses, supporting further upside through the day. So keep through the morning, avoid a fallback through that morning low 576.9 and through that pivot level at 561 to support a run at the major resistance levels. Moving across to Litecoin against the US dollar, relatively bullish start to the day. Going to need to see Litecoin avoid the pivot at 77.23 to take a run at the first major resistance level, saying 82.93. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Litecoin to break back through to 80 levels. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, could see Litecoin test resistance at 90 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 86.35. A fall through the pivot would bring the first major support level sitting at 73.36 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Litecoin should avoid the second major support level sitting at 67.71. The 38.2% fib at 71 should limit any downside. Looking at the MACD, you've got a slight narrowing of the bullish histograms here, but nothing conclusive as yet, but need to keep an eye on that. Could see a bearish cross formation there. On the EMAs, however, we are seeing the 50 narrow on the 100 and the 200, supporting this morning's upside. So key through the early part of the day, avoid a fall through the pivot at 77.23 to then break out from yesterday's high 81.21 to bring resistance levels into play. Finally, looking at Ripple's XRP against the US dollar, it's particularly bullish start to the morning. Going to need to see Ripple's XRP avoid a fallback through the 23.6% fib at 0.6275 and the pivot level at 0.6089 to support another run through that first major resistance level at 0.6348. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Ripple's XRP to hold above that 23.6% fib. In the event of an extended crypto rally, should see the second major resistance level at 0.6693 and resistance at 0.7 come into play before any pullback. a fallback through the 23.6% fib, and the pivot level 0.6089 would bring the first major support level at 0.5797 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ripple's XRP should avoid the 38.2% fib at 0.5285. The second major support level at 0.5538 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACD, we've got a marked narrowing of the bearish histogram and a possible bullish cross there, supporting this morning's upside. So look out for a cross there that would support further gains on the day. On the EMA, we're also seeing the 50 pull away marginally from the 100 and the 200, also suggestive of a bullish morning ahead. So key through the early part of the day, avoid the 23.6% fib and the pivot at 0.6089 to then break back through that first major resistance level at 0.6348 to then target 0.7 levels.